and we'll get ready to go. So you guys remember where you were, basically? You just finished the brawl to end them all. It took almost 3 sessions by the time the ambush plus the turn it around on the cultist kind of take it to them instead. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, but every time we do that, there's more cultists waiting in the next week.
Yeah, it does seem to be like that, doesn't it? It's almost like a clown car full of cultists.
Yeah.
You think you're near the end. You weren't sure what awaited you at the Reality Wrinkle. I think the first time that you went there, you had an inkling that it was maybe a meeting spot for cultists, but I don't think you had any real expectation to fall into what you got into. But you all survived. Everybody came out fairly unscathed. There's a few residual wounds the next morning. And we'll just say that Avis takes care of those. Basically, it's just herself anyway. So I'm going to take... So that night... we didn't really get into the specific details of it, but I'm just going to assume that you guys are going to want to probably stay together as a group just for safety, in case there's some sort of repercussion.
That sounds fair to me.
Considering
You tend to do that regardless.
Yeah, considering the magnitude of what just occurred. Avis suggests the Church of Utah just as someplace central and has enough space for everybody.
We probably wouldn't go directly back there. Backtrack a little bit.
Take a circuitous route.
Yeah,
Exactly.
we're not being followed.
Maybe spread out. Couple teams of 2 to see if anyone gets followed. Follow the followers, kind of thing. I'll let Joe handle some of that stuff. Joe and Racker Nash are probably the best reconnaissance sort of following people. So I'll let each one take a team of 3 and make some rolls to see if you guys get followed. Joe, I'm gonna get you to shoot me a couple of perception checks and maybe a sense motive or disguise or something like that. I'm not sure what your skill sets are.
I'm not going to worry about the disguise part of it since
Okay.
I'm wrapped up pretty good anyway. And that might draw attention. It might not. I don't know.
Okay. What about Rackernash's strength is sense motive, as you can see. He doesn't detect anybody.
I don't know how high their disguise have to be, but that's a pretty good roll.
It is a pretty good roll. Yeah. So anyway, split up. Doesn't seem to be anybody following you. Doesn't seem to be anybody really even cares what went on at the Reality Wrinkle. I mean, it's right at the corner of... pop the map up for you. Basically, right at the corner of Hazy Street. And I don't know if I ever gave that laneway a name. But that leads to the night market, the gate of the night market. It doesn't really seem to even be anybody even really cares what's gone on in that building at all, despite all the shouts and explosions and there's smoke coming out of a window. It's not still on fire, but the angles are a little more even oddly pronounced as the building kind of sags a little bit. There is probably one team will go one way and one team go another, or maybe one team follow at an interval. I don't know what you guys have in mind. I don't think it really matters a whole lot. We won't drag it out for too much. sensing that there might still be danger, you sort of play it smart, and you wind up back at the church. Doesn't seem to be anybody following or looking or hailing the guard. Not that the guard comes to the Marsh District very often anyway, but... You guys want to do anything else aside from spend the night and lick your wounds? And
That's about it for me.
Probably top off on healing. We need to do that.
yeah. We'll have Avis take care of that for everybody who is wounded.
Didn't we wind it? Where's the loot thing?
Yeah, let's have a look.
There we go. See, didn't we wind up with some books or something? I can't remember.
I think
Yeah,
so.
we acquired a book. We also acquired a magical see my
Amulet.
I'm blanking for a moment. Yeah, magical amulet. That's what it was.
Yep, and there's a bunch of books that you guys are giving it to go over now at the church that Asami was able to stuff into her bottomless pack.
You're able to attempt to identify a magic item once per day, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, I may want to retry to see if I can't learn anything about this.
Okay.
When next day.
Okay. Go ahead. We're already jumping. We're kind of jumping around,
okay.
so don't worry about it. There isn't gonna be any activity tonight. I'm not gonna keep you guys on pins and needles or anything like that.
That's better.
Okay. I think I told you the general specifics of it. That it.
It gives me a +1 natural bonus, and it had some transmutation. Not transmutation. I think enchantment and divination.
Divination, yeah. It's probably
I didn't know much else than that.
Yeah, so probably those two effects, you have to probably see them in action before you get a sense of what might be going on with that. It doesn't.
So I've learned. So I appear to have learned all that. Appear to have learned all I could for now.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be like any sort of external activator that you can bring upon the actual item to make it do anything else.
All right.
Oh
no, it was transmutation. It's transmutation, enchantment, and divination.
Yeah, the transmutation effect was the natural armor bonus. So enchantment and divination are kind of lingering out there. You know for a fact that Luna has a cursed item that has a lingering effect on it, not dissimilar to the one that you got that's on the amulet. And that one was responsible for her bout of the vanishing. That was a necromantic effect, though.
Paint, enchantment, and moderate divination.
So sometimes when you're messing around with magic items in Lankhmar, it's quite possible that things aren't always as they seem. It's not like everybody knows everything about an amulet of natural armor because you walk into a store and a shopkeep can tell you that kind of thing. It's sort of one of these things that you explore as you go along. But you do know that basically that's what it does in general all the time. So you're able to discern that effect. Doesn't seem to be any any curse to it or anything like that, like Luna's wand or the potions from Jazzadrune. But you knew, well, you had a rough idea that place was cursed going in. So the story went anyway. So I think we said last time when, just to clear up the party sheet and give everybody some money and stuff like that, we sold all that stuff. We'll do that over the morning, the next day, or into the next day kind of thing. Let's see here. What other kind of housekeeping stuff do we have to
The exchange is 10-to-1 to go up, right? Like in normal
Yeah.
Pathfinder gold. Okay.
Yeah. So iron, bronze, silver, gold is copper, silver, gold, platinum.
Well, I'll spend the night looking through the books.
Okay.
Any mention of dreams?
Yeah, there's
Anything?
quite a few
Yeah.
mentions of dreams.
Anything the weird might react to?
It doesn't specifically react to anything. It's the weird seems to be somehow connected to the little statuette.
All right, keep that precious thing close to me now.
What sort of knowledge skills does that have any that he's?
Yeah. Got rudimentary. Okay, planes and nature are the two.
Okay, yeah. Shoot me one on both.
I can help on several knowledge skills provided I make the roll.
Okay.
So if anybody needs a +2 bump, I'll be happy to help.
Okay, so the simplest assertion that you can make is that most of these books have very little to do with the natural world. It's not like a study on sleep and like a scientific study on sleep and dreams and different creatures.
Careful, scientific. I want to find the room.
Yeah. So there is quite a bit of information on. It seems like there's a place just beyond what the. And it seems to be an agreement in a lot of these books. A lot of people are citing certain experiences. It's just beyond what you're able to see and feel and hear. That takes place in a place kind of concurrent with your dreams. It's almost hard to explain. It kind of overlaps Lankhmar itself. It's almost like a dreamscape that you have very little control over. And depending on the various books that you're looking at, some of these journeys are rather pleasant and some are rather unpleasant. I can't really find a common denominator to these very esoteric experiences that people are describing. But the one thing that seems to be a commonality is that access to this place, this plane, this other world, maybe just a dreamscape, seems to be only about 6 months old. A lot of these books are fairly new. That's probably also why that with all the material that's in them, all the interesting topics and experiences and stuff like that, these books probably aren't worth a ton.
Who's writing them?
Yeah, just some have names, some have just a description of themselves. Some people even some are even completely anonymous.
I'll make note of the names and during my off time do a little research, see if I could track down some of the authors and learn more.
Okay. Does anybody else want to do anything else while they're Nomi, Reynaldo, and Langston come around probably around 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. They've got their 12 hours in, and they start to stir. They let you guys sleep, and they don't try to steal away or go into anybody's stuff, or they don't act sketchy. Maybe they'll want to get up and get some water or a bit of ale or something like that. But they seem pretty shook from their experience by the time you guys get together in the morning. But they seem better. That they had a nightmare-free evening. They were able to actually sleep.
And I pop out and go get the local paper if there's such a thing.
I don't think there is, but especially not in this part of town. This isn't the... That's one thing I haven't really determined yet, is does my Lankhmar have a printing press? I'm going to say it does, just for the purpose of that technology level. I'm going to go like mid 1500s to mid 1600s technology level, minus the firearms.
Well, they might be posting broadsheets where they just take like a one-sided newspaper and glue it to a certain placard or something every 3 to 5 days.
Yeah, that's possible if somebody's interested in that sort of thing. I don't know what if there's anything on it of any interest. You've somehow avoided the news, if that's what.
Yeah, that's. I was looking for a fire in the ghetto, or
No.
lots of bodies found.
Yeah,
or,
yeah. Massacre at Reality Wrinkle.
Yeah.
Nope, you are, and you're only like basically one neighborhood block away from it right now. You guys are right here. This is basically, I know you guys know where you are, but this is for Frank. You guys are right here.
Can you post a map again? I think I accidentally closed it.
Yeah.
Well, there's an extension I use that saves all those to the player, but
Yeah, I looked into that. It looks handy.
okay.
It looks
I
handy.
see where it's at now. Yeah, that's all.
And the actual, let's see here. This is what the church looks like from the inside. This is just the first floor. The second floor is just basically an empty sleeping space. The main church part's just out front, and it's kind of homey. There's it's kind of got like sort of almost like a hobbit hole kind of feel to it, if I can mix genres. The it's kind of like everything's painted in more like an earthy tone, and the actual altar has it's made of stone, but there's like a welcoming kind of mossy feel to it. I would have Avis describe her goddess in more detail, but she's not present. So I'll other than it's a female, it's like an Earth Mother kind of vibe to it. I don't really know much else as the DM. One of the things for this game, if there's an aspect of the character's life that they want to get into, I'll let the character just run with that, which I think is kind of neat. So, so you're not far from, what I'm saying is you're not far from the Reality Wrinkle if you wanted to do a surreptitious pop around and do a spy on it, see if there's any activity.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say Arthur's definitely interested in stamping out the rest of the Shithakwa cult.
Okay. You know that they have some sort of the other location that you're aware of that they had some sort of dealing with was the air quotes warehouse.
Yeah, the one that had the haunts in it, correct?
No, that was the Swan Row Courthouse. That's Nightmare Alley, which was Plague Alley. Or Beggar's Alley, pardon me. Beggar's Alley, just several streets up, like say, in this area here. That's the one where you encountered the dream haunts. the warehouse and the alchemist house where Frau Serini, Naomi, or no, I gotta stop calling her Naomi. Nomi, Reynaldo, and Langston pilfered the book and the key from. That had some Chautauqua symbolism in there. It was Langston that told. Yeah, I think it was Langston that told you that there was a painting of Chautauqua on the wall of the warehouse. Or maybe Frel had told him that. So the next morning, there is a guard present at the Reality Wrinkle. It is Jegard Stanton and all his men. Maybe not all his men, but there's probably a dozen of them there, and they've got the place cordoned off, and they're clearing out the bodies. They don't really seem to be investigating a whole lot, though. It's more like cleanup work than, hey, did you see anything or hear anything?
Is there a crowd gathering to watch?
A lot of people are just going about their day. A lot of people don't really have much else to do other than maybe sit around and watch, but they don't really seem too interested in it, to be completely honest. There's not like a presence of people from outside of the neighborhood come to look, heard about it, or anything like that. The people who are watching are probably the people who are just like out on the streets and have nowhere else to go anyway. Whatever traffic at Hazy Street, which isn't the most significant, it's just diverted a little bit. They haven't even closed the whole street down, and they're hauling a significant amount of bodies out of there.
No monster. Oops.
The
monstrosities are being hauled out, right?
No. In fact, there are not.
Yeah, those were summons, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so they just dissolved or disappeared.
Yeah. The whist was for sure, and the gibbering mouthers kind of just disintegrated into just teeth and eyeballs, basically, in the mud of the floor. I mean, it's pretty. The actual ichor itself is kind of oozed down into the mud, but the eyeballs and the teeth remained. Pretty macabre.
I feel like we should do Cthulhu sanity checks, but okay.
You do recognize Stanton. He doesn't seem to be too put out with all this. Doesn't seem to be too interested in getting to the bottom of the truth or anything like that. He's just kind of looking around. And he's smoking a pipe.
Hey, Stanton.
Oh, hello.
Looks like a bunch of cultists bought it last night.
Yes, this place has been a hotbed of crime for quite some time. I can't say I'm sorry to see it gone.
Is this the only place that the cultists reside? Any other places that they might be?
Well, we hear whispers of the night market, but perhaps this is the lot that's been causing the trouble, and they won't trouble us anymore. Does your group have any information based on this? Remember, there was a reward. 100 gold ropes is nothing to sneeze at.
Might have a little information.
Well, perhaps maybe you'd like to meet me back in my office later on today. We can discuss it. I don't think talking about it on the streets here is going to do anybody any good. Do you?
Sounds great. See you at lunch?
Absolutely. I'll order in. How many should I expect?
I'm assuming the team wants to go, so I'll let the team know, or at least the ones present today.
Okay. Yeah, let's say that Avis has stayed back to interview Nomi, Ronaldo, and Langston, And we'll also say that Luna has gone like she does from time to time.
Studying the spells to be a better warrior.
Yes, and then Racker Nash, he's got a job type job to do today. Joe, he's let you off from your job type job. But he says before he goes, he says to Joe, keep an eye for Diota in an ear if you can. We want to get him back wherever he's gone. Okay. So let's say right now it's the 5 of you.
Yep.
Okay. Anything else you want to do this morning? Let's say you sell the books and stuff like that over at the Iron Cocoon, which I think we already gave you the money for and stuff.
Yeah. I'll let the crew know exactly what I discussed there, and whenever they're ready.
Is this the same guy that I did this distraction on in the other?
Yeah, it's the same guy you did the distraction on. It's the same guy that Luna knows was into some dirty business. She wasn't able to find out exactly what.
Okay.
It's the same guy who volunteered to pay for any information on the, or actually paid for you guys to shut down the cult of the Brotherhood of the Spiders. And I'll pop up a picture for. It's a short man, Joe. He's got a side part, pretty formal looking suit. Do you have a knowledge local skill?
I do.
See if you know him right off the hop. I don't know how familiar you would be with the city magistrates and stuff like that. But let's just say, yeah, you're pretty familiar with this guy. He, his name is Jegard Stanton. He's got office, I believe, on Temple Street. But don't hold me to that one. He's kind of like a parish boss, sort of, in old Louisiana. He kind of runs a section of town. He makes sure that kind of like he's a go-between between all the different guilds and stuff like that that are responsible for the day-to-day maintenance of things such as sanitation and.
Comes a little off the top.
Yeah, he definitely does. He's got his hands in a lot of pockets, and he's also responsible for the guard contingent in this area as well. So he's got I think it was either Temple Street or Atheist Avenue. I can't remember where I put his watch station. I'd have to watch back and look for that one, but it doesn't really matter. That's where you guys will be going at lunchtime, if you want to. He's got a fairly large office in the third story of a building. It's like a walk up, and he's got like a regular kind of greet the public office, and then he's got hey, the fat cats, you come back here, and it's got like the dining room and bar area, stuff like that. He seems a little corrupt, but he also seems like the kind of person that you can work with.
He seems corrupt, but in a way that we could benefit from.
Yeah.
So we're there for lunch?
If you want to be, yeah. If there's nothing else in between here and there, absolutely.
Yeah, Arthur will be going.
See what we can get out of it.
Okay, yeah, definitely. So he's got a couple bottles open. One's brandy, one's wine. He's also got like a big jug of ale. He was not really sure about your taste. He's set up a bunch of cigars. He's got like a little, and this is in the back office part. This is part that you guys didn't really go to. You guys sort of sat down in the more formal public office. This is kind of like through a back door in a little like almost like a recreational area where there's a bar and there's one large table and there's a couple couches. And he informally, he says, lunch will be about in 15 minutes. So get yourself a drink and a cigar or anything else that I might be able to get for you in the meantime.
Joe does not imbibe. He says merely water.
Okay.
To have it.
I second that. Just some water.
Water it is. Okay, I'll make sure that, yeah, definitely.
Bakai grabs the biggest stogie she can find and pours a little too much brandy, sits down and enjoys herself.
All right.
Yeah. Out of character, just to jog my memory, we had suspected that those who here in the Brotherhood are not friendly with each other, correct?
Correct.
I forget where that source came from.
It might have been from Malagrease. Yeah. The sorcerer. The one sorcerer in town that you did actually meet.
The one who we may be meeting again in the future.
Probably, well, yeah. He's probably your contact to the Sorcerers Guild. He was also the guy that said, there is an opening. We're looking for new talent. Here's a broken pool cue. Whoever makes it out of here.
Yeah, Arthur's quite interested. Part of the reason he's looking to squash the enemies.
Mm-hmm. That's probably where you heard it from.
So we understand there's a reward for the elimination of that den.
That was the Brotherhood of the Spider, was it? That was the problem in the night market?
Unfortunately not, Mr. Stanton. That was a separate group that we actually believe is rather unfriendly with the Brotherhood. Though still a problem of their own.
So you don't suspect this Brotherhood of the Spider to be problematic with the shiver epidemic that's going on? Or is that...
Not quite. We do believe the Brotherhood do still control shiver and are the ones who are distributing the shiver, but these other men, they had their own problems. To put it simply, how familiar are you with the idea of conjuration, of calling, summoning creatures?
I'm not a sorcerer. I don't know, I don't get into any of that stuff. I should know.
Well, clearly they do, because we had seen some foul things that they had conjured. They were short-lived, very thankfully.
I see. Tell me about these things.
The head guy, what was his name?
The head guy of the cult?
Yeah.
They're just calling him the Blessed One.
Yeah, so the Blessed One was... I'll describe the Blessed One and his influence and, I guess, some of the corruption of the area.
Okay, I see.
So he and his ilk, right, were causing some of the nightmares and things happening in the alleys.
I see. So you expect all that to clear up over the next couple of...
lesson. If you've got more information on these spiders, we're happy to be pest control.
Another thing we would like to do is, if there's any information you might have about any possible layabouts of these men, since we believe that they might very well be hostile, or at the very least unfriendly with the spider, they may also be keeping tabs on them. If we're able to find whatever final splinter cells of them there are, we might find a lead towards the spider and be able to deal with that issue as well.
Do you have anything that I could take to the Serini family about the death of their son, or nephew, or whomever.
Out of character, what was our story last time?
Find a body?
No, they found the body. They took the body away. He described the body to you. It was drowned, as opposed to drowned in the middle of the city.
Don't remember anything there.
Or something like that.
What's that?
Did he have a ring or some noble symbol or signet thing? I guess I might be misremembering.
Yeah, I don't think there was. No, I don't think there was.
Also, out of character, we believe that the drowning could have been similar to, or at least I believe we thought the drowning could have been similar to when, I forget his name, but that when that other man took Shiver and had some spider-related issues.
Langston.
Yeah, were we under the belief that something similar happened with the noble's nephew? Maybe with less spiders, but
Yeah, it's possible. It's hard to say. Maybe something dream haunt related. There was actually physically water in his lungs. So.
in regards of that, I do believe personally that near some of the locations of these cultists and where we believe the spider may be, there were these... How best to describe them? I suppose haunts. These locations that almost altered reality around them.
And you believe that this cultist, these ones here from that bookstore, are responsible for that sort of thing?
It's possible. I also believe that Shiver, the drug that the Brotherhood control, I believe that might very much amplify whatever these haunts can do to the world, because the last person we saw who took Shiver, well, he did survive. He was coughing out spiders, is the best way to describe it.
Coughing out spiders.
I do not mean that in a figurative way. I mean that quite literally.
I see. And you believe the Shiver responsible for that sort of behavior?
I believe that they are linked, if nothing else.
But this group here that befell a bad end last evening had nothing to do with that, or was responsible for the purveyance of that?
I am still uncertain. That is why we are trying to figure out as much as we can.
We didn't find any cache of drugs, right?
Trance.
We did find trance.
Yes, quite a bit.
Okay, so then they were involved in the drug trade.
Yes.
Yeah, we're involved in trance, not Shiver. Shiver was a separate drug, wasn't it?
Yeah, trance puts you into like almost like a coma-like sleep, and Shiver keeps you awake. Two diametrically opposed things. Trance was what Lord Danal was given the night that you guys met. And it was also the drug that they were distilling from the walls of the Temple of Shithakwa in the swamp. In the pool. Everything was kind of running down the walls, almost like a bleed effect. You have really, other than maybe the first-hand experience of 3 Shiver addicts who just woke up this morning, you really don't have a whole lot of experience with Shiver.
So Shiver in the place last night, or trance?
No, trance.
Trance,
Yeah,
okay.
We found trance. Shiver is the new drug that's a problem.
Which we have not tracked down and think it's the spiders.
Yes.
We do believe it's the spiders that control
Okay.
it.
So yeah, we're stamping out the trance.
Well, still working on it. Well, the reward still stands. But let's have lunch anyway. You're an interesting bunch to get to know.
But any leads you have on this spider, folks, we're happy to do our civic justice.
We haven't got anything yet, but I'm not surprised. Perhaps the destruction of their rivals will lead them to be a little more out there, so to speak. Maybe they'll come out of hiding. Maybe, in fact, they'll be looking for whoever's done this. Either to join forces with them or to, I don't know, perhaps... Do you have any idea who was responsible for the... Any word on the street? Was it the spider cult that destroyed the...
It was some vigilante friends of ours. Let's leave it at that.
I see.
And those vigilantes are happy to work on the spider folks.
I see.
That's the side of my nose.
I see. Well, let this he takes out a key and he says, "I'll be right back. Enjoy yourselves." And he comes back in a minute, and he's got 2 sacks now. One he hands over to Zed, and you can tell it's got some coins in it, probably about 50 or so. And he specifically puts the other one in his pouch. And he says, "There's the reward for any information as to the death of Frel Sereni still stands. But you keep that and use that for whatever you might use it for. Maybe your vigilante friends might have some sort of use for it. But we'll consider that the case closed then with regards to the
The last chapter of the book club. Gotcha.
Yes.
Hardy Drew.
We'll have to have
Nancy
that
Drew.
building condemned, of course, but yes.
Well, most buildings around here should be condemned, but yeah.
I quite agree.
But thank you. We'll endeavor to do that. I have a place at, any information, please send it our way, and our vigilante friends will work on it.
Definitely will. It was a pleasure.
Thank him. Bakai slams the drink down, pours one more, slams it like a college kid who just turned 21.
It gets 2 more travelers. 2 more travelers and a pocket full of cigars, and she's gone.
Hey, with Fey ancestry, you give them vice, they're willing to go for it.
Yeah. All right, where to now?
I suppose the best place we can look is that is the only lead is the only lead that we know of that remains of those who hear, which is that one warehouse, correct?
Yep.
That's
That's
the one
where
with the
Arthur
haunts.
votes.
The one with the haunts?
I'm not sure where you're getting the haunts from for that.
We dealt with haunts at some point.
Yeah, that was in the Nightmare Alley in front
Was there not a
of...
separate place that had haunts? Or are we getting our wires crossed?
I think you're getting your wires crossed.
Maybe.
Alright.
I could have sworn the warehouse was full of haunts, but maybe I misremembered that. Getting games confused.
All right, daytime or nighttime, we'll go to the warehouse. Well, we walk around now.
Yeah, walk around now, check it out.
Yep.
And no harm in it. Or at least looking on the outside, right?
Happy to walk in. See if all they can do is turn us away.
Right.
For all we know, it could just be completely abandoned.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let's throw up a map. This is the bottom floor, and there is a stairway that leads up the side of the building. To a door, and there's a 2-story structure on top of the warehouse. The warehouse itself is about 20 feet tall. Doesn't seem to be any windows. There's like 2 doors. There's a large double door, almost like a receiving port, and then there's a single door. Then there's also a building that goes like this. There's buildings that go like these areas here are buildings that are joined up to it.
I'm not seeing what you're doing because of the lighting.
Oh, okay.
On the outside.
Let's disable the lighting. Are you able to see the drawings? Yeah, you can walk around there, but that's where the other building. Yeah.
Okay, so the other building is on the north or the south or
the west.
West. Okay.
The northwest and the southwest.
So you're referring to D1 over there?
Yeah, D1 is the front door of the warehouse, and that's kind of the alley that you're in is D1. And then, are you able to see the lines that I've drawn on the map?
Yeah, down on the south.
Yeah. That would be like where it connects to another building.
Okay.
I'm gonna have detect magic. I'm always gonna be scanning.
Okay, yeah, you're getting some magic. It's definitely conjuration magic. And it seems to be moderately strong, and it seems to be all the way around the front of the building.
No activity, no open doors.
No activity, and let's see here. Give you the actual description.
Yeah, so the main sub-schools of conjuration are going to be mostly summoning as well as teleportation, so that's not a good sign.
Alright, where's my story going here?
Cast message on the group.
Yeah, we should set up a message, a series of messages.
So keep in mind that you're still like in the middle of the day unless you're doing this at nighttime. I thought this was just like a recon kind of
daytime. Yeah,
okay.
Just see if there's any activity going on. I would expect a warehouse in the daytime to be open.
I mean, we may as well have message regardless.
Okay. So we've got
do it away from prying eyes.
So just give you a rough description of everything first. A rickety wooden stair leads up the north side of the warehouse from the east to a door. Several lights can be seen beyond curtain windows upstairs of the house.
House?
There's a house on top of the warehouse.
Oh,
there's lights on inside.
Yep. So let's see here. Let me just describe the warehouse to you before we... let's see here. The rusty front doors of this large, dingy warehouse are sealed tightly. Sprawled across the door and the southern side of the building are thick, disgusting purplish strands that ooze a strange lilac-colored mist. And it's almost like it's coming through the wooden boards of the inside of the warehouse. It's almost like a plant, but it's not a plant. It's almost like an ooze of sorts. And it's just kind of clinging to the building. And you get like wisps of strange lilac-colored mist.
You said that's on the south side?
That is on...
Spiraling on the southern side of the building are thick. Okay.
Yeah.
So down here.
Down here, and then you can You can also see them along the southeast wall as well.
So we should do whatever research we can on these things.
Yeah, to identify oozes, knowledge, engineering.
The lilac itself, like the strange like strands, does that have any magic aura on it?
Yes, that's what the magic ore is coming from.
Oh, that's the source of the aura.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Can I nature it?
It's not natural.
Would this be Arcana?
Yeah, definitely. Or planes.
All right. Every time we stop a session, I forget how to use the sheet, and then I remember halfway through.
It kind of reminds you of the ether dripping down the walls of the temple of Chautauqua in the swamps. But in this one here, it's kind of almost like vines of ooze. That's like individual like strands. There doesn't seem to be any movement other than just like the strange mist that kind of like dissipates as soon as it gets maybe a foot or two off the oozy tendril. Luna's here. Luna shows up. She's
Spontaneously.
Yeah.
Being prepared caster.
Luna's got it looks like some sort of when they were summoning, those who here were summoning, you could see the process that they were using to call the wisps from the other place. And I described it like maybe a small pebble or a stone being dropped into the water, and then you've got the ripples that went out and the splash that came up. It's got that same, it's appearing in the same aura as these like strange oozy tendrils. It's almost like this is the spillover now that's kind of running down the wall.
But they're part of a greater thing. So if this is, do we think we could poison it from the outside?
Yeah, I was about to suggest. I wonder if they could be damaged because they do have acid splash now.
Yeah, you could try it.
Yeah, I'd recommend everybody stand far enough back. I'm going to be at my maximum 40-foot range and see if a ball of acid does anything to these things.
All right, we'll stand back.
Yeah, however far back that is for us.
Okay. Just kind of it interacts with it and it's kind of splashes on it. It has more effect on the wood than it does on the actual kind of it's almost like it's like an oozy tendril that isn't alive. You know, it doesn't really. It's almost like it's almost like somebody spilled like a really thick purple paint down the wall, and it kind of ran really.
I was about to ask, does it seem like it's unharmed because acid can't harm it, or just because it's not able to be harmed?
Yeah, or maybe it's no longer part of whatever is able to be harmed.
Yeah, it
like,
is simply
like if you bleed down a wall and somebody casts acid splash on the blood flowing down the wall, it's kind of like that.
This is coming down the wall. So where's the source?
It's not necessarily coming down. It's on the wall. It's going in multiple different directions.
It's kind of oozing from the walls itself.
It definitely seems to be some bleed over from another place, or maybe the fabric that keeps the places separated. The same as the ether that they made the trance from was from the small tears in the fabric of the universe, so to speak.
The street busy?
No, not at all. This is this little cul-de-sac here, and it's...
I somehow doubt that coming back here at night will make this less alarming.
No, Bakai's going to try and pop the door open.
I'd argue that nighttime might make whatever magic this is more potent, the witching hour and all that.
Yeah, Bakai's going to see if she can't open the door.
Okay.
Is it locked?
No.
Yeah, definitely both doors are locked. Just let me get a description of both doors.
Blip.
So the double doors, they're definitely attached with they're definitely barred from the inside, and any manipulation, you can hear the rattling of chains as well. And the other door to the front, it has a good lock, good quality lock on it.
All right, she'll come try that one then.
Okay.
Chains and locks, you say?
So, all right, so roll that one.
Yeah, that's probably one of the better locks you've seen.
All right, then let me see here. Master War. Where's the lock picks? I think, are they masterwork or not?
I think you probably do at this point have Masterworks.
Yeah. All right. Well, then we'll try. I don't know if that adds anything.
It adds 2, I think.
2. I'll put 2 in the modifier and roll. That's good.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's the best quality lock that she's seen. So it was a DC 30, and she just popped it like it was child's play. I'll let you guys get in whatever position you want to get in.
This lock comes off the door like a padlock type?
No, it's part of the door. It's kind of like underneath the handle kind of thing.
All right, she's going to pocket it then if it's that case. She looks back at the crew, winks, smiles, raises one eyebrow. Do we open the door?
Sounds
No
good.
dissent. Door open.
Did y'all go inside?
Not yet. Just
Okay.
pop the door open. Just a wee bit.
Okay.
Try not to make noise.
Can give you a perception check before you completely open the door.
Bakai?
Yeah. And Zed. Zed's right there too.
Well, I'm corrupted by her lack of perception.
Okay. It's a very chemical smell. First thing that you notice. It doesn't seem to be anybody in the room. Several rows of crates lean against the wall, while an ornate alchemical setup dominates the rest of the chamber. Beakers of a strange purplish liquid bubble and smoke, despite no source of heat being apparent. The entire chamber smells sickly sweet, and the air is vaporous and heavy.
She dips to the side, bows, puts her hand out. Anybody want to go in? I'm guessing we have a sneaky person.
So also, as you're kind of looking in, the light from the day kind of filters into the room. There's no light in there, but it's apparent that even in the dark, there's some sort of alchemical process going on. The beakers and stuff like that, you can see in that there's chemical reactions taking place, and once the door opens up, you can see now that there's like a thick viscous liquid that's kind of clinging to the inside of this wall, and there's kind of like almost like a hazy kind of purple hue to basically the air in the room.
That sounds safe. Looks like Luna is trying to determine magic.
Yeah, definitely from that viscous liquid. That's the liquid that's responsible for the staining on the south side of the building. It's also kind of clinging to the walls and to the bottom of the ceiling. And it's almost sort of pooling up in the floor. It's definitely magic. It's definitely conjuration. It's definitely moderate.
So we think this is the source of the drugs.
Could very well be. This is the same kind of tint that the batch of trance that you guys looked upon, or that they had at the Reality Wrinkle. I think I described it as like a lilac, or maybe I didn't even get into the description of it. Had kind of a lilac hue, whereas the other one before had sort of maybe a pale blue. And there's definitely that sweet, almost kind of astringent scent of alcohol as well. Very present in this room, almost like an ether.
Well, I think that Joe or Asami are sneaky people if they want to lead the way in.
Aside from the light from outside, is there a different source of light inside?
There is not. You did also see another door inside too. I imagine you kind of have the door open, looking right in now, and the mist is kind of flowing out a little bit now, sort of interacting with the outside air and the door, and it's almost like it's kind of flowing outside a little bit, not like a huge cloud, a billowing cloud or anything like that, but it's kind of dissipating in the air of the outside. You see the door is on the south wall, and the alchemical contraption is basically the north wall and the west wall. And the setup, it looks very professional, except for the furnishings.
What's the purple stuff on the floor?
The purple stuff on the floor is the bleed through.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Well, I'll do sneaky.
And do we see? You mentioned we see all that like almost aether. Is it like it's like gaseous in there?
Yes. It's
going in there then.
The whole chamber. There's definitely a mist in the chamber, a cloud, but the pooling from the inside of this wall is it's definitely the source of that, and it's definitely more omnipresent in this area.
Okay, I'll step foot inside, being stealthy, and see what I see. Can relay through message to everybody.
Okay, I'm gonna get like a fortitude save from you.
Oh yeah, of course. Well, as soon as I feel it like it affecting me negatively, I'm gonna run out.
Okay.
Immediately. I'll still do the save because obviously you won't know it's affecting me
Yeah,
until
we'll see whether you get the chance.
Yeah. So I guess that would be right as we enter.
Yeah, as soon as you get in there for more than like a couple seconds, you seem to be okay. But it's fairly thick.
And how high is it? Knee high? Waist high?
It's a cloud in the room.
Oh, it's filling the whole room, top to bottom?
Pretty much, yeah. It's not.
They're with
It's kind of like a smoky bar, if you can imagine. But instead of it being like cigarette smoke, it's this purple miasma from this alchemical process that seems to be occurring on the tables to the east or to the west and to the north, as opposed to just coming off of the pooling purple ooze, I guess.
Can I tell? Let's see. We had anti-plague potions.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
an
wonder-
antitoxin.
Can anti-toxin would be a better fit for this?
Yeah, like we're not able to just like acquire like air filtration units or anything like that. Like, I imagine not.
Yeah. Like, you want to make something up, or?
Oh, I can't really craft a gas mask. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
So I just have the anti-plague, don't have antitoxins, so that's that.
Well, you're okay for the first minute anyway. You don't.
I just try to open the south door and see if there's a room without haze in it.
Let's look around, make sure I don't step in something dumb.
Who else is doing detect magic? That was just Luna, right?
I could also do it.
I was doing detect magic, but I'm not in there right now.
Okay.
Not Joe's thing.
See, Luna's also got like now that the door's open and she's kind of concentrating on everything. It's yeah, there's kind of like these kind of sort of crate sort of deals, and then underneath there's like little like box crates that they're using to store certain things. You see a bunch of flasks and stuff like that. And there's a considerable amount of like jugs of like almost could very well be grain alcohol. You're probably fairly familiar with that from being on the farm. You also notice that there's another aura that's mild abjuration. You'd have to poke through some of the underneath stuff, the storage items. Say the materials are stored underneath these sort of crate benches.
I want to be quick about what I'm doing, so I'll go to investigate this door, assuming my perception didn't pick up anything.
Okay. No, other than the other aura, which is moderate abjuration, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll do message tell everybody what I see.
Okay.
And where.
This door's not locked at all.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, is it open in or out?
You can make a perception check too, by the way. It opens in.
I send in the ghost.
Send in the ghost.
My
He also, just as Luna's unseen servant comes up and kind of brushes against you, kind of spooks you a little bit. It almost sounds like you can hear really, really bad performance of a piper, like a flautist maybe, or some kind of woodwind, maybe a piccolo or a recorder or something like that. And it's really low and soft, and it's really off tune.
Excuse me, I didn't see you there, Mr. Unseen Servant. I'll just push the door to and sort of look inside the room.
Okay. You gonna try to do it stealthily, or you gonna try to just open the door? You did see also with that perception check, there is a light on in this room before you can see the light coming from under the door.
Yeah, I'm just kind of gently pushing it
Okay.
open, so I would imagine that's stealthy. But if it's
Okay.
discreet,
Yeah, give us a stealth check.
I'm to find it here. Click. There we go.
That's pretty good. So we've got torches in each corner of this large room shed dim, flickering light between high columns of barrels and crates. 4 large pillars support the ceiling. Purplish black slime covers the eastern wall and much of the room's southeast corner, stretching between the walls, pillars, and crates, with long filaments. Countless shapes, varying greatly in size, crowd the sludge. Several of these shapes, pinned to the wall and crates, or lying on the floor, appear human-sized. Numerous concentric circles of scorched ash mar the floor in the southern portion of this chamber, and the west wall bears a crude painting of a squatting, corpulent, sleeping frog-like entity with what must be fur and large ears. A crude altar of a pair of stacked boxes stands before the mural. And the mural was right here. I'll just draw a box.
I guess the door's closed. I don't see anything through it.
There you go.
Oh, there we go. Okay. And where is the noise coming from?
Inside the chamber. It's definitely, once you open the door, it's a little louder, but it's still very soft for someone playing a pipe, or let's just call it a flute for now.
Does it feel like it's a kind of an effect or just somebody badly playing?
Let's give us a performance check. See if you could judge their performance.
Okay.
I know there's no knowledge musical stuff like that, but this will give us a rough idea of.
Yeah. Well, she would have it because this is her primary instrument.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just somebody either purposely playing off key or just a horrible performance.
All right. Well, I'll share what I hear with the group through message. And I'm sort of in my head counting, like halfway holding my breath. I don't like being in this mist. Is the mist in the other room too?
Yeah, it's not as bad in this room. It seems like the mist in the alchemical room is coming from several of the beakers that seem to be interacting right now, despite there's no source of heat that's apparent. The inside the chamber, there's a little bit of a tinge of miasma in the air, but it's not as thick. It definitely seems like it's the offshoot of whatever's going on chemically in this room.
Do you see any people or any movement? Or
You see a couple. Yeah, you see a couple shapes. You see a shape. I saw a shape here, and a shape, say right there. I'm just trying to get from your angle. And a shape here. They seem to be kind of like in the ooze. Whether they're like frozen and cocooned, or some sort of humanoid shape, or it's hard to make out.
Okay. Is everyone else going to join me? Or you want me to fall back?
just like Solient Green, there's human bodies in it or something?
Yeah, there's definitely shapes that are in the actual.
If you want Joe to come up, then message him so, because otherwise I'm going to let you wander around in the mist.
I think we got to go. Bakai's going to hold her breath, run through, and sneak as best she can.
Okay, give us.
For Bakai, that's not very good. If Joe puts his hand on her shoulder, she'll stop.
Okay.
That's your chance, Joe. Mm-hmm. Oh, do you put your hand on his shoulder?
Yeah, I'm going to stop you and go forward. I probably am better trained to cope with this, holding my breath. And that's what I see. No bodies, though. No, nothing moving around. Just the ones trapped.
Give us a perception check there, Joe. The this one here, basically the northernmost one on the east wall, it almost looks like his hand is moving.
And all of this is still in the mist, and it's a little thicker in here.
The mist is definitely more prominent in the room that you're in right now. There's a little bit of a miasma in the other room, but it's not nearly as pronounced.
Stepping in,
you get out of the mist.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see here. You can hear the sound of the pipe.
And it's coming from over where you drew the square, or
it's coming from the southeast corner.
Southeast corner. Okay. I'm
like,
gonna
like the back part of the.
Joe's gonna signal Asami to just make a fist and stay here, and I'm gonna try and see if I can move over and.
Let's get a stealth check from you.
I'm staying. I'm
Yep.
slightly moved in the room to get out of the less concentrated mist.
Yep. Let's get a
But I'm
stealth
staying
check from
put.
Joe.
Yeah.
I've got your stealth.
Can I take 10, or
Yeah.
is there something that might oppose it?
No, go ahead.
But anytime I can take 10, I probably will. That gives me a 25.
Okay. So as you get to closer, I'm just going to reveal them all on the screen at the same time. As you get closer to that box, you look up, and against the northern wall, in this kind of ooze, is a humanoid. It's got extremely pale skin. It's got large eyes. I will.
Yeah, I see it.
Skin.
There's sources of light in this room, right?
Yeah, there is.
Okay.
Skin pale as a slug's belly, eyes huge and bulging. This thing crawls down the wall like a spider, but its shape is hideously humanoid. So kind of in its frozen shape. It wasn't actually crawling on the wall. It was kind of crouching down in the ooze. And as you're kind of making your way over to the crate, focusing on the other one that you spotted, you notice there's one like right beside you almost.
Since I'm moving in stealth, does it see? Did its perception beat my stealth roll?
No.
Then I'm going to stab it since it's flat-footed to me.
Okay. Fire when ready,
Just-
sir.
Gonna use message to whisper. This is what we're doing. We see
Game is.
creature,
Yep.
and we're engaging. Please come join us when you can.
Okay.
I'm moving things around on my screen to get things more.
Absolutely. Is your brother all right? By the way.
He's got a mild heart condition,
Okay.
but for some reason he was having issues. They took him in. My niece is a trauma nurse, so she's pretty well informed about things. They're going to run some tests. They think it's probably a valve issue.
He's in the States.
Yeah, he's in Oklahoma.
Okay. Excellent. Well, I hope he's all right.
Yeah. I just told him, thanks for the update, but there's nothing I can do here. Just keep me in the loop and let me know if I need to get a tip.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, it's not letting me target for some reason.
Let's see here.
There it goes.
Okay, there we are.
Single attack. Remember, it's flat-footed. Do you apply the modifier, or do you want me to?
Let me put it on for you.
Yep.
There we are. Nice. There's a hit.
It's always. A little bit of damage.
Yeah. Then your sneak attack damage.
Yeah, I'm getting there. I didn't set it up. Yeah, there I did. With this archetype, my sneak attack damage is minimal.
Cool.
But let me look at something real quick. I think I'm going to give him a point of bleed.
Okay.
See if I coded that yet.
Did I put the effect on your sheet?
I'm looking to see. Hold on. It's on the wall right now.
Yeah. It's on the floor. It's crouched down. against the wall. I don't think I did put bleed on there.
I may not have it yet. I have it on my sheet of my build project, but I may not have it with this archetype. It really cuts into a lot of.
Oh, okay, I see. Like it might not made your abilities yet. I see. I'm just trying to.
No, I do have bleed. I didn't. I do. So give it 1 point of bleed.
Trying to think of the effect for the ongoing code. I'll have to.
Yeah, I'll have to pull it up. I know how to do it, kind of, but I've slept since then.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
no, I
1 point of bleed.
Do you know the? You don't know the syntax for that effect?
Not off the top of my.
I don't either. I'll have to make a note.
I'm looking. I'll look for it right now while you're moving on.
Cool. All right, let's get initiatives from everybody.
All right. Oh, that roll. Yep.
All right, looks like for round 1. So they've heard a noise. This thing kind of screeches like, which kind of bites through the soft sound of the piping. And
How's it go?
What's that?
How's it go?
Yeah, my horrible.
I just wanted to hear it again.
Asami can see a creature emerge from the. We'll just call it the sludge, or the slime, on the southeast corner, and it seems to be looking around. You can see the open door, and the mist coming in, but doesn't really make note of Asami quite yet. Let's see this one here. Still somewhat confused. Joe. So let's give that guy his point of bleed. 19.
Yeah, let's give him a point of bleed just because we can.
I think it's. Can't remember the code for ongoing.
Yeah, I was looking at it, but I'm gonna have to.
I think it's
reread it.
DMG. I think it's DMGO. Let's try that. This guy's probably gonna die. There we go. If this works, then we'll put it on your sheet and you can drop it on guys after you've given them the bleed. Is a hit.
That hit?
Yeah, hits. Still.
Well, yeah, because he's still flat-footed too.
He is. I don't like his chances. Okay. And, yes. Not enough to kill him. Excellent. This will give us the ongoing bleed that we need for this experiment.
I'm going to step back.
Okay. So now you see another one's come off the, come from the south, and he's right at the, there's a pillar in front of where the, it looks like a makeshift kind of altar. If I could put this, it's kind of like that. There's a mural on the back wall. As a makeshift altar, there is the altar is made out of basically crate wood. It looks like there's I think there's like a bowl and a parchment of paper, as well as this creature seems to be moving towards the general direction of the open door, but it's probably spotted you at this point. Doesn't necessarily have to be a 5-foot step back. It wasn't a full round action, so if you wanted to go anywhere else, you could.
Just 5. Well, they're looking above me to make sure there's nothing up there.
Okay, yeah. You see most of the things you see on the screen. You can see already. You can see various figures emerging from behind pillars and out of the ooze. You can even no, I don't think you can see him from your angle. I think you might be cut off. All right. The creatures are now roused. It's definitely a large. They all start making almost like a growl, a hooting growl. Not an owl bear, but it's a very distinctive, unnerving kind of noise that they make to communicate.
And you make the sound so we hear it.
That's awesome.
It improves our immersion.
It does. It does. Exactly. Kind of. How's that?
It's like a wounded Wookiee.
Exactly. It was very Chewbacca-ish. It's probably about as close as I can do. They seem to be getting closer to.
Rick, does that look right to you?
Let's see here.
Not seeing how to apply it.
Let's see here. Yes, that looks like it. Yep. DMGO 1 bleed. That's what I had too.
Okay. Well, the O is for the ongoing.
Ongoing, yeah. So that's what I put on. I manually put it on this guy. Let's see if it works. So we've got a stabilize effect. It failed, and damage 1. Excellent. That is the code. All right.
Yeah, I thought it was. Okay. I haven't used it in a couple of years, but
no.
Yeah.
It took me a minute to remember it too. That's awesome. So if you drop that effect on them when you put the bleed on them, that should take care of it for us automatically.
Hopefully.
All right. So Avis, what's going on? Bakai.
Pi resets down to 6.
Okay. Say Luna. So hazy mist in chamber D2.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's stinky in there.
It is. It's like it's almost like being in a meth lab without a. Okay, you're through you don't have to make a save. You're good. You do see multiple targets, and they all seem to be congregating to the middle of the room. You can also give us a perception check.
A 20-foot radius is threatening.
Oh, yes.
In the middle of a chemical lab. I love it.
I do love it.
Yeah, you don't see anything else. I mean, other than what the description of the room was.
Obviously I would know. Fireball doesn't light stuff on fire, but it would light like ether and gasoline or
in a high enough concentration, like if you did this in the other room, probably.
Wow.
Like if you let this go in D2, it might be a pretty big boom from that. But you're probably okay in here. The air seems, other than the smoke from the torches and the little bit of miasma. You can also make a knowledge of planes too.
Yeah, fireball does light combustibles, but it doesn't create any pressure.
Yeah,
that matters.
These large-eyed, pale-skinned humanoids are probably the Vermis that you've seen described several times that the Blessed One had been gating into this chamber or gating in somewhere, and was able to make stay.
Yeah. Are they evil? What do I know about them?
Let's see here. Yeah,
They are unclean. They must be cleansed.
Well, they showed up as red on the tracker. They must be bad guys.
there
Right?
must be bad guys.
Exactly.
So let's see here. That is going to be, yeah, you do know that they're evil. They're kind of like an insular kind of primeval sort of humanoid. You get to know two other things. You get
The special defenses.
special defenses. Let's see here. You know that they're immune to disease and poison.
Fine. Well, but I don't have any of that. Fire in the hole.
Okay.
Oh boy. Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Bum 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 bum.
Yep, you got 3 and hurt 3 really badly without setting the room on fire. Nice. So let's take the 3 dying ones off. Take the 4 dying ones off.
Well, I had considered striding in there, but considering the fact that the doorway inward is now blocked, and I hear the sounds of fire in there. Maybe I
You can move through friendlies.
Yeah, you can move through friendly spots if you want.
I would still have to take a full action if I don't want to end my turn in this place.
Yeah, if you don't want to be breathing in fumes directly.
Then I don't know if I want to be in there when their turn comes up anyway.
Do you have any alchemical knowledge?
I don't know if knowledge alchemy is a thing or anything
Yeah.
like that.
It's a craft out. Craft.
It's a craft.
Yeah.
No.
No? Okay. You are still detecting magic, correct? Or,
Yes.
Okay. You do notice a separate aura. If you want to concentrate on it, I'll let you know what it is next round. That seems to be coming from beneath the alchemical station to the north. I think it was the same one I probably described to Luna.
Yeah, I'll take a 5-foot step down here because it sounds to me like the others are going to be able to deal with have enough fireballs to deal with what's in there. I'm going
Okay.
to focus on whatever that magic is in case anything else is being called in or summoned.
Okay. You've seen this aura before. This specific aura. Let's just do a flat intelligence check. It's pretty obscure, but it is related to you. So I'm going to say 15 is the magic.
Just intelligence.
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay. But you've seen it before, but you can't quite place it.
Yeah, I'm no wizard, so.
Asame.
Well, I think I'd like to use her Sound Striker ability, the weird words, and shatter this one in front of me.
You notice that the piping has stopped too.
Did it look like it came from one of these creatures?
It looked like it sounded like it's coming from the back corner of the room, southeast.
Okay, so the part that's black to me from my perspective. Okay. But if it stopped, then I'm not worried right now. So I will target this guy. Okay, it looks like there's 2 arrows there. I guess it's not. It's just the way the art is.
Yeah. Let's see here. Get rid of that one. Get rid of these ones.
So that's what I'm casting. That missed his touch attack?
Yeah, they've got decent AC when they're not
She
flat-footed.
shouts something incoherently and nothing happens.
So let me make sure. Yeah.
So I hit cast and not attack. I mean, it rolled, so that's legitimate, but it may not get, it gave the right bonuses. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Either or works, I guess.
Yeah, these creatures have kind of like an uncanny gait and movement to them.
Yeah. All right, well, it's a move action, then I think I'm probably safer right there.
Okay, now you see who it was. I think you can see the tainted sorcerer.
Okay. Don't suppose that I get like some degree of cover behind this little box, right? Or no?
It maybe half.
It's full of moves, so rolling stealth doesn't make sense, but I obviously want to be behind this box.
Yeah, you're behind the box. So if he's
you
gonna,
can stealth after a full move. I think you just have a penalty on it or something.
yeah, he's gonna see you anyway.
You have to have something that lets you, though. You have to have like partial cover will do it, or change in lighting, any of those.
Yeah,
Not worried about it. If I roll, goody. If I don't,
like if you wanted to like drop to the ground behind, I would give you a stealth check.
I'll kneel. Is that enough?
You'd have to make yourself prone.
Then no, not right now.
Okay. Let's see here. So, the tainted sorcerer. We'll give you a description. He has got. It's almost kind of like it might have been beige at one point, his robes, but it's like stained with these lilac sort of splotches. It almost looks like he got last place in a blueberry pie eating contest. There's like splotches all over him. He's about 3.5.
He has an eating disorder.
He does. He's about 3.5 feet tall. He's got it's almost like a makeshift recorder in his hands, almost like something that he crafted on his own. It doesn't look like it's even well made at that. But just the discordant noises that were coming from it he was probably using them to kind of keep these creatures quiet.
Can we identify his race? Because you said he's only 3.5 feet tall.
Yeah, he's probably in D&D terms. He's probably a gnome, but in Lankhmar time, everybody's shorter, taller. They don't really give a specific. Name
Okay, that's fine.
Asami will say, "We'll need help. Come on in the room and help us out, everybody." Through the message.
So I think Luna too, just because of the angle of everything, I think I ripped you off on one of the humanoids. There's a hideous humanoid number 1. I'm going to roll a reflex save for. He was in the fireball as well, but it's just the way that you laid it out, you probably couldn't see him. So I'm gonna be honest and say there's 24 points of damage for him. You kill him too. Let's see here. Let's make sure. Yep, that'll do it for him. Okay, so back to the tainted sorcerer. Bah. There we go. That's what I'm getting at. He targets Asami. Let's see here. And only Asami. And a gout of flames comes out of his hands, which Asami easily avoids the worst of. But you notice that the flames aren't hot per se. It's almost like a wet liquid at first, and then it kind of burns a little bit. Nothing crazy. It's acid damage.
Okay.
But it did look like fire, and just when it hit your skin, it kind of slopped on like a liquid, as opposed to actually like a fire effect. Zed.
All right, I toss mage armor on Kai.
Okay.
Where's it? Drag that over. Kai picks up her big sword, 4-foot sword for 5-foot woman. Leroy Jenkins. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 35, 40. See something in front of her. 45, 50, 55. Boom.
All right.
That's it.
All right. Hideous pale-skinned humanoid number 2. See, I started back here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Have to be a charge. Got a straight line. Yeah. All right. So let's see. Oh, that's wrong. Should have rolled that first. It's a miss. Let me give you back your 7 hit points, Makai. That was a mistake. With fist, runs up. Flailing madly, as does this other one, who steps like that. So there seems to be a little coordination to them. They're not completely mindless.
Does he make any sounds when he does it?
Yeah, that was it right there, that laugh.
Oh, okay.
That's awesome. And I watch the Glass Cannon podcast all the time, and they're constantly asking their DM the most inconsequential NPCs' names and backstories, and it gets pretty funny.
Glass Cannon. I gotta look that one up.
Joe.
$30-foot move, single strike.
Okay. This little fella has the look of a madman about him.
I have the look of somebody whose face is swathed and about to kill him. So we're pretty much even.
Oh, you got yourself targeted.
I thought I had him targeted.
Well, you hit him anyway, but you would have hit yourself too.
Why did it hit me? Strange.
There we go.
Yeah.
Good one.
That's all I get.
Doesn't seem to be impervious to anything. You do get the hint that there's some kind of magical protection around him. Even
That's
though
okay. If we can get anybody up here to help me flank, we'll have him down in one round.
even though your blade penetrated it, there seemed to be a bit of resistance. He didn't seem to be completely unarmored. 10,
Okay.
15, 20. So as he calls out, I'm not going to do the noise. Hideous humanoid number 3 comes over to try to help him.
You disappoint me tonight.
This is awesome, by the way. Avis is going to move in and 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. That's as far as she can get. Luna.
Leave these turkeys.
Got your cleave and spear ready?
I used the wrong weapon, but it's the same.
Okay. That is a hit.
Ay, ay,
Oh, also the wrong one, I think.
I know my thing's not set up right, but ay, chihuahua.
Second one missed. So it's you want to roll another d6 for me. I think that's your spear, right? Oh, you're not large, Luna.
No, yeah, I'm not large.
Okay. Let's see here. Roll a d8 then instead. All right, so 5 more points. To number 4. That's enough to bring him down. Arthur.
So that strange aura I felt, I can't investigate it further.
Yeah, let's get a knowledge arcana check now, right?
Oh, I can?
Yeah, now you can try to identify the.
Considering how the fight's going so far, I think I don't. Even if I try to get in there, I'd have to dash. So I don't think I can. I don't think I can contribute for that much. Let's see if I can at least contribute this way.
All right.
23.
It's kind of like a moderate abjuration, and you know where you've seen this aura before now.
Take a step forward.
Yeah, the undercroft, so to speak, of the Blue Canary, where they had the area warded against any sort of spiritual incursion. They had that kind of line of salt underneath a band of silver to ward anything from coming through a doorway. It's that. That's the aura.
Where? Okay, so it's the abjuration, correct?
Yes.
Where is it necessarily?
In the room right here, the square above D2.
What could that be warding against?
It's in a different shape in this one. This one seems concentrated in like maybe a packet or a pouch, whereas when you saw the abjuration before, it was a straight line spread across a 5-foot long hallway.
You said this one is the whole thing is within a pouch, or it's surrounding a pouch?
It's within a pouch.
It's within a pouch. Okay.
Why did you keep these creatures in the room?
Okay.
You notice, yeah, you notice that was for, specifically was for incorporeal things. like the Aleps that you fought in the other temple.
She didn't like being injured, so she screams hateful rhetoric of insulting their mothers and telling them how ugly they are.
Okay.
It's about as extreme cursing as she gets, but it's the casting of the spell blistering invective. And so what that does, basically it's an intimidate check for anything that's in 30 feet. If they happen to be intimidated, then they can take fire damage.
Okay.
And also be shaken, the effects of intimidate. So,
All right, let's see what they are.
so there's the cast. I'm guessing that what it rolled was an intimidate check, but doesn't seem to line up because that's
No.
not the sub-bonus.
Looks like it's doing reflex saves.
Okay, so let's do the intimidate.
Yeah, let's
and
do the intimidate check.
'cause they don't need to make a reflex save if they're not intimidated.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is where the hell is it? Come on, there we are.
You get a +4 bonus for every size larger you are than the enemy,
Yeah.
correct?
If they're small, then add the 4 to that number.
Yeah, the
Okay,
sorcerer.
the sorcerer, yeah.
Flat out can't roll anything decent, so there you go.
It's probably still going to intimidate him. It's DC 10 plus his class levels plus his will, right? Or his wisdom.
Wisdom modifier.
Wisdom modifier, okay.
So
So,
whatever
yeah.
Yeah,
it's up to.
I think it's specifically 10 plus their hit dice, plus their plus their wisdom mod.
Well,
Okay.
a lot of times the level hit dice are the same, but
Yeah.
I think be
Yeah.
technically
Well,
accurate. It is.
Yeah.
Technicality. Yep, for sure. Okay, yeah, they're all intimidated.
Okay.
For
so that's
every-
when they-
For every 5 you beat the DC, they're shaken for one more round.
One more round.
and
So the Morlocks are shaken for 2 and the Sorcerer's shaken for 1.
Yep. So okay, I have the effect here.
Okay.
For some reason, it only there. I could put shaken. No, it
There
only
you go. Yep.
it only put it on for one round.
That's
so
okay.
those-
These guys
yeah.
probably aren't making it out of round 2.
well,
anyway.
that's where the save came in. If they're on fire, if they flunk that reflex save of DC 16, then they take fire damage.
Okay. So let's see here. The Sorcerer passed his reflex save,
He's not
and
on-
number 3 passed. But let's see. No,
Sorcerer got a
Sorcerer
10.
failed. So
Yeah,
the
if they're
humanoids
intim-
passed.
If
Okay.
they're intimidated, they take the fire damage. If they flunk it, the reflex save, then they're on fire.
Oh, okay. So they all take damage, and the Sorcerer is on fire.
Nice roll.
Nice.
And then, yep. So yeah, if they flunk the reflex save, they are on fire. So they can spend a full round action putting themselves out or take the damage.
Okay, so only the Sorcerer is on fire.
Woohoo! And it didn't kill him. Fuck.
Do you have an
Got
ongoing?
0 kill.
Let's see here. DMG ongoing. Let's see here.
Oh, okay. Here, it's right here. I
Oh,
can
is
put
it?
the effect. Yeah, it's
Awesome.
in the spell.
Okay, cool.
So I put that effect. Now it might roll a different another fire damage.
I've got note of his hit points right now. So
Yeah. Okay. Did it give it the?
yeah, 1d6
Yeah.
fire. Yeah, awesome.
Fantastic.
DGO or DMGO.
Perfect.
Yep. I like it.
Very nice. Yeah, so he's got to deal with ongoing fire damage. It's a full round action to put it out, right?
Yes.
Okay, so he'll do that. He'll take a 5-foot step into the ooze and use the ooze to put it out. So that lets you know that the ooze itself doesn't seem to be flammable. Zed.
Had my mic off. The critter in front of Bakai is not doing too well, right? He's disabled.
Yeah, he's disabled. The other one's disabled. Yeah, the only one that's left is the. He can still make an attack.
Yeah. 5, 10, 15.
Okay, so he's going to take an attack of opportunity, right?
Well, he's disabled, right?
Yeah, but he still gets to make an.
Oh, go for it.
But
If he exerts himself, does he?
Yeah, this will kill him.
Okay. Have at it.
The dying swing, the miss, and down he goes.
Okay. What did I say? 5, 10, 20. Okay. 25. Give him an opportunity too.
It's all right.
30, 35.
Perfect.
And just come up to, actually, would that be a charge since it's 10 feet straight?
You'd have to go in a straight line.
Okay. Then she'll just end her turn in a menacing way. I will wait outside, not wanting to go through the mist.
All
That's
right.
it.
Joe.
5-foot step. Make sure I'm still. Yeah, he's still target. What is the purple stuff on the map again?
That's the ooze. It's kind of like yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going in there. Oh, that might. Nope.
Ah.
Doesn't hurt.
Wild ride on that one.
Yeah, one in the.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. So other than the extremely shittily made pipe, this guy doesn't have anything on him. The warehouse itself, though, now that you check it out, has like a bunch of food stuff and alcohol and maybe fabrics and stuff like that, things that are salvageable. So you think that if you unloaded it over the course of maybe an hour or so, if you found a way to come back and get it, you might be able to fetch some money for it. More important,
Are there people outside the warehouse that we might temporarily hire as porters?
yeah, there probably is, and this is the kind of town where you could probably pay somebody a little bit to do that sort of thing.
That little pouch of silvers with abjurations in it, is it 5 pounds or less?
It is, but you know that mage hand doesn't pick up anything that's magical.
Does it not?
No. If you're D20 PFSRD is pretty specific about that.
Oh, target one non-magical.
Non-magical. If it wasn't magic, you could definitely pick it up.
I'll let somebody pick that up on their way out.
Okay. The other than like all the different stuff that you could collect from here, there is also on the altar behind the bowl that's empty. There's in the bowl, it's like stained as if it was full of ooze at some point. But there's a passage written in the same hand that the tome that you guys encountered that ended in ex oblivione. And this says, you must win to that secret cave in the bowels of Vormithidreth, beyond the dens wherein abides the eldermost eons, the god Shathakwa. You shall know Shathakwa by his great girth and his bat-like furriness, and the look of sleepy black toad which he has eternally. He will rise not from his place, even in the ravening of hunger, but will wait in divine slothfulness for the sacrifice.
So for Vormithidreth, that was not the cave that we previously went in, correct?
You don't think so?
When we...
You mean the place where Veltargo was?
Yeah, where Veltargo was.
What if it is? You haven't. You didn't find any indication that that's what that was. That's what it was known as.
We also didn't find any secret caves, I don't think.
No. In this chamber, I'm assuming you're searching it with your detect magic.
Quite studiously with just regular eyes, too.
Okay, yeah. So other than
at this point, I can just like dash my way in there and start scanning.
Okay.
But I also have detect magic going.
Still have multiple sets of eyes.
Yeah.
Okay. You see just one small area on the south wall, just above the L, like just above this box right here. It's probably about 6 inches wide.
The L. Oh, this.
Yeah, it's probably about 6 inches wide, and it seems to be where this aura of this ooze is the strongest, and it seems to be weeping out of a crack that's formed between two. Maybe it's definitely metal. It's probably the same kind of metal as the amulet that you found. There's a spike to the left and a spike to the right, and whatever this ooze stuff is, it seems to be flowing from a slot that's formed in between the two different spikes.
So there's a slot in the wall, you said.
It's maybe a slot. You can give me a knowledge arcana or knowledge planes.
Is that anybody or just...
Yeah, anybody who's... Yeah.
Either or both?
Either or. It's definitely...
Knowledge arcana or what?
I think, or knowledge planes.
Oh, joy. Let's just slot the wall.
I was willing to assist someone.
Okay.
So I'll assist Arthur or Zed.
It's definitely not a slot in the wall per se. It's a slot in the fabric of reality. That's causing.
Oh, that's nasty.
This is the gate that the Blessed One had opened, and this is how he's keeping it open with these two metallic pegs. It was strange metal, nothing that anyone here was familiar with. It doesn't look that much different than steel, but you can tell that it's not, just by its weight and the way it feels. It kind of almost feels almost hollow and unearthly, whereas steel has definite heft to it. It's the same color as steel, and it definitely has a metallic sound when you tap on it. And it seems to have the same strength and consistency, but it's more ethereal. Yeah, but it's actually, presents as metal. So the amulet might be from the same place that these two pegs are from. Pegs, spikes, nails.
They're on the wall, right?
They're pounded into the wall. Yeah, they're sticking out probably about 2.5 inches, 3 inches out. You don't know how much longer they are.
That's where the stuff is coming. Guy goes up and pries one out.
Yeah, you pull it out, and instantly the fabric or the slot begins to close.
Pries the other one out.
Pries the other one out, and the other side moves back. They kind of meet just left of the middle. And
just experimenting with one of these crates. She pounds one in and pounds one at the same distance. Does that open another gate, or it has to be?
It does.
magically?
It does not.
Okay.
But you do. You're gonna get a guy to make a. Let's see here. So it is. You have Bakai has a bonus against sleep spells, right?
Let's see here.
Somehow I just seem to remember that somebody had some sort of bonus against magical
Is that
sleep.
Well, Luna does.
Yeah, that's right too. Yeah, Luna is an elf.
There's a reason she has a bonus.
Maybe that's why I was thinking of that.
I don't see anything. No. I don't see anything special against sleep.
Okay.
So is this will? Oh,
Yeah. Is anything mind affecting to get a bonus on?
no. Let me just look at our special skills here. Nope.
Okay. So as you put those two spikes in, the slot, just as it closes, kind of forms something. Something has come through. And as it does, Bakai slumps down to the ground asleep.
Okay. Now, this is after she pulled him out and put him into the crate. Then she goes to sleep.
Yeah, just as she was doing that.
Do we see anything?
You can.
Next?
No, everybody who has the magic effect can see. Let's see here. It's kind of like it's kind of interacted with the ooze in the ground, and there's kind of like it's kind of like a cloud that's formed, not unlike the cloud that formed outside of Langston.
All right. I stand up and in a forceful voice, reminiscent of Harry Potter, saying an absurd but very evident word, "Dismissio," and I dismiss her to be summoned back in a more safe area.
Okay. And that was the effect.
Okay.
The haunt phases away.
So I'll spend 10 rounds, pull her back, wake her up.
Okay.
We can get the pegs and then...
Get the pegs, close up the... I thought I had... let's see here. Yeah, that's what I was going to do. Let's make sure I'm giving you experience points for all this here.
So we should inform our buddy... well, no, this is not what he wanted us to do. This is not the spider. This is... You said there's a big effigy of a frog or something.
Yeah,
on.
Right on the wall, right behind you there, Zed.
Oh, so this is... It's not... I took it to be a statue, but this is...
It's like a drawing on the wall.
Okay. Might as well spend some time... It's not magical, is it? This
No, no, not at all. And this ooze itself seems to be dissipating.
Well, I think we should destroy some things so that nobody else tries to profit off of this.
So when we got here, we've looted this place completely, correct? Like there's nothing else to acquire here.
There was a house or an apartment upstairs. Is
Yeah.
that part of the
Well,
warehouse, or that's a separate dwelling?
that's where they found the book and the key in the house upstairs.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna quickly pick up the quickly pick up the thing and then come back.
If you got both those doors open, it takes by the time you guys are checking out all the different crates and stuff like that, the fog is dissipated. So it's very, you don't have to worry about making saves or anything like that.
I'll pick up that pouch of I'll pick up that pouch.
So the pouch has you can make a spellcraft check to identify what's in it.
Yeah, I think I knew it had some form of thing that was using to ward off incorporeal creatures, but now that I've had a closer look.
Yep. Now you've had a closer look, it's something called abjurant salt. Basically wards against physical contact with summoned creatures, specifically this batch, even though it was completely similar to the one that was in use for the incorporeal creatures. You also find several flasks of acid as usable. The alchemist lab itself is, if somebody has a place to store it and set it up, it's probably fairly valuable. And use it. There's also 40 or so tubs or jars of like straight pure ethanol alcohol that's worth about 1 bronze eggle each. So basically you're looking at mostly heavy items.
So you said a thing of abjurant salt and some acid, like jars of acid?
Yeah. 1 abjurant salt, 3 jars of 3 flasks of acid. The alchemist lab weighs roughly 40 pounds, and each thing of alcohol weighs about 1 pound, and there's 40 of those. You can sell them for 1 bronze eggle each if you had a way to carry them.
Does anybody,
This building is in. Oh, go ahead. That's my
does
question
anybody
now.
want any of these flasks? Because I'll take 1 myself.
Take it.
This building is...
What about the other 2 is what I was saying.
No, I don't want one.
Take them.
All right, I guess they're mine now.
They're with
This
the
building
parties.
is within, I don't know if you call it a borough or district that Stanton controls, isn't it?
Yes, the Marsh District.
The Marsh District. And it has an apartment upstairs?
It does.
I was on the phone call. Did you show a map for that?
Where it is on the Lankhmar map? Or the
No, the apartment itself.
the map for the apartment. I didn't show it, but I can. Just to give you
okay.
a rough idea.
You looking for a place to live above a former drug manufacturing area?
Hey, that's a bad area. Is a good place to hide sometimes.
There you go.
Let
Not too
me
far from the rest of us.
just turn off the. Let's see.
Well, I was actually thinking of setting it up as a safe house for us.
I've got a place, and
So
we have the church.
you guys can see on the map. I've turned off all the different stuff. You guys should be able to see the rough shape of the outside. First floor and the second floor. No?
Oh, look, there's a nice master, and you could let out the other room for extra money.
Like I said, I was thinking more just of a safe house. Yeah, I'd like to, when we get a chance, talk to Stanton about taking possession of this building with the basement.
Okay. The warehouse and the...
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Quickly, I will mention that Asami, you will want to, you very likely will want to actually take one of the one of the vials of acid, because that could be used as a component for a focus for acid splash to just do a tiny bit more damage.
That sounds good. I'll grab one.
Yeah, let's you do one more acid damage if used as a focus.
Zed is the acid splasher.
Oh, is that?
Yeah, Zed's the
Well,
He is.
Oh,
He's been
Zed.
doing
Okay,
it.
I thought it was.
That's because I have nothing else to do.
Still, you may as well have it.
Yeah, it can't hurt. I'll grab one and throw it in the bag.
Yeah, I'll drop it back in the party sheet for somebody to take it.
You do remember Langston indicating that there is, and you can see it now. There's almost like a fold down ladder on the ceiling that looks like it accesses a trapdoor into the chamber up above in the house. And you remember Zed, I don't know if he told Zed or Asami, but he said that that's how Frel accessed this area to have a look at what was inside. He used a portal or a trapdoor in the back of a closet to come down. They entered in from the second story from the building next door and made their way down, as opposed to doing it the way you do it. But you can see specifically on the ceiling right here, like a pull down ladder, and kind of folds into a staircase that comes down pretty much as the arrow indicates, and there is a trapdoor up above that's pretty apparent from this side.
So check it out.
Yeah, I'll drop that drop door down.
Okay.
Start exploring.
And the one thing that you're uncertain about in this alchemical laboratory is the chemical reaction that he's using to create the heat. It looks like it's a mixture of this ooze and alcohol and whatever other substances they might be using to craft trance with. But there's definitely some kind of chemical reaction going on, and it's definitely, there isn't an open flame or anything like that. So the alchemist must be skilled, is what I'm getting at.
We did not get the alchemist. The caster, we don't think, was the alchemist.
If there was any indication that he was the alchemist, you didn't see it.
Okay, so we still have somebody to track down. Maybe we should just bar this up and wait for him to come back.
That's a good idea also.
Recall that you did see lights on upstairs.
Oh,
Yeah, before I go up too far up there, I will motion the others, get their attention, make sure they're aware of it.
Let's give me a perception check, Arthur.
All right.
It's when you pull the stairs down and set them up, looks like a bloody set of footprints that are about 3 inches long. Too small to be the sorcerer's, but maybe if the sorcerer had shrunk himself down the same way that Luna is able to make herself get large, it could have maybe been him. Looks like barefoot though, going up the stairs.
I'll motion for our resident thief that we've recently acquired.
rogue. Be nice.
Thief, rogue, same thing.
I have stolen nothing from you.
Yeah, I'll motion for our new ally, who seems to be very good at staying unheard, in case there's anything up there.
Joe, are you on mute?
No,
Oh, okay. Arthur's.
no, I was moving.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Arthur's moving, motioning for you.
Where did we say the stairs were at?
See the arrow at the top diagonally like that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they pulled down like
Yeah.
that.
It's in the north room.
Gotcha.
Now that the door is open, I don't know if you guys want to manipulate these flasks or anything to take them off of whatever they're. There's still some kind of chemical process going on within these.
Yeah, might as well. I don't want to cause a gas to break out or anything.
No, but if you carefully move them and put them on the floor or something like that, it might.
Yeah, let's get the drugs to stop making more drugs.
Okay, so when you do that, you notice that they're pretty much just set on little plates, but inside the rim of the plates, it seems like there's some kind of chemical mixture that's creating heat. So if you remove the beakers off or the flasks, I don't know what they call those things, the big ones where it's brewing it up, you remove them off of that, sit them on the floor away from that'll stop the process.
Can I take 10 on perception to check for traps or
Absolutely.
maybe rungs that might be sawed halfway through, etc., etc.?
Yeah, for sure. Take 10. What do you come up with?
20.
20? Nothing. You do notice that the footprints are, do you have survival as a skill?
do.
Okay, yeah. Shoot me a survival check.
Oh.
Okay.
No, not going to happen today.
You don't make the connection. So, yeah, you don't detect any traps, any alarms, any seem to be snares or.
And this ladder goes up, and instead of going through a trap door, it opens into a side door in the back of a closet.
It opens up into a trapdoor in the floor of a closet.
Oh, in the floor of the closet. Okay. I'm going to go up and see if I can just, lift the trap door an inch and peek out.
Okay. Yep, you do. And you come out in or you can see what looks to be like the opening of, there's a door in front of you, and it's kind of dark, but you can see light underneath the door into the other chamber. Judging where you are spatially, you're probably about halfway through the house that's upstairs. It overhangs a little bit.
But there's light coming underneath the door.
You can see light from the other room.
Okay, I'd like to enter the room and then again take 10 on stealth and go over on my stealth roll to get to the.
Okay. So let's see here.
That will give me a 25.
Okay, so let me. Can you see yourself on that map now?
I can.
Okay.
So.
Just like almost like a little closet area.
So I went over to here is where I saw the light, correct?
Yeah, in the next chamber. Let me unlock that for you. Open the door a little wee bit. Peek out.
No, I want to listen before I open the door.
Okay. Perception 20.
Correct.
You don't hear anything, but there is smells that are apparent. Like rotting food. Maybe stagnant water.
Nasty.
Maybe even...
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back over to the trap door.
Okay, which is basically 5 feet to your left.
Right. Go over back to the trap door, and since I know that whispers carry more than just low, subdued voices, I'm in a soft voice. I'm going to say,
Something's up here.
The message makes the whisper need a DC 25 to be heard, so you're probably safe.
Yeah, you're probably safe. And everybody who's in the whisper messages can hear that.
Okay.
Yep.
And then back to the door and just wait for somebody to come up.
How
Okay.
do you want us to approach to help support?
So let
Yeah,
me.
did Joe want us to come up?
Yeah, I think you should, and somebody should stand off to the side, open the door. That way, I have a full action economy to use.
So we got in that chamber that you're in there. Smell of rotting food and stagnant water rises from the filth in the small kitchen, mixing sickeningly with the strong coppery scent of fresh blood. Broken jugs, upturned trays, and scraps of food litter the room. In the sink, a large bowl filled with chewed and spat out food floats in thick, bloody water in the sink. An open door in the south reveals this ransacked pantry. That's where you came out.
Well, as soon as somebody gets up here and can open the door for me, I'll spring in there and see what's going on.
Who's going
Okay,
next?
I'll go next and be stealthy about it.
Okay, let me...
Find my character sheet. There it is. Skill.
Oh, that's kind of cool. I put you on one map, it takes you off the other automatically. That's cool. Anybody else going up stealthily?
Yeah, I'll go up there. I'm no
Hey,
expert sneak, but I am trained.
Okay.
been observing our new friend and taking lessons.
So a 17's good enough.
Okay. Listen.
Eyes happy.
I'll open the door for you when you give the word.
I'll give you the signal, the 3, 2, 1 fingers, and you always know the middle finger is the last on the one as you say goodbye to your new friend.
Yeah,
The
I like it.
let's see here. Here's
Door open?
another perception check. I'm assuming you want to make.
Oh yeah.
Okay. You smell like almost like wood smoke.
Hmm.
You don't hear any noise.
Okay. How brightly lit is the room once he opens the door?
Like daytime. There's light
Normal
from
light then.
yeah, light from the windows, and there's definitely a fire in the fireplace.
That's my perception.
So we've got let's move everybody else up onto the thing here. That, and then Zed and Bakai. I think that gets everybody off the one map and into the other. So let me just double check. Cool.
Are we scheduled to end in a couple minutes? Or
Yeah.
Might be a good place to stop.
Yeah, definitely a good place to stop. So I'll give you a little bit of description here. Scratches and dark stains cover nearly every surface in the spacious living room. To the east, paintings and other once fine objects give fuel to a fire roaring in the hearth. Bent, broken, and bloody cutlery jets at odd angles from the table in the center of the room. Books lie scattered in heaps next to broken shelves, and shards of shattered dishes spill forth from cabinets. An open door to the west looks into the filthy kitchen, so that's where you came from, and stairs to the southwest lead up to the next floor. Tiny bloody footprints cover the stairs, heading in both directions. And then we'll stop it there.
Sounds good.
And the inside of the front door, give me a perception check on that. Actually, so it's going to be 20. Let's see if you detect it. There is... it looks like there's an alchemist fire trap on the inside of that front door. So if you had come through that front door, you might have tripped it off. But you can definitely see it from where you are now.
I'm going to tell everybody that's there and just say, let's leave it alone for now.
All right.
Keeps anybody from coming in on top of us.
That's true too. All right, excellent. And we'll put a pin in it here.
Time to be awarded with XP.
Yes.
Sweet,
Sweet XP.
Would you say we're all getting 6,254 each?
How about 60,000?
I don't know about that
think
fast.
1835. That's not horrible.
Small?
I mean, I'll take 1835. It's better than 0.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. That's a decent haul.
There you go.
Or 1833.
Good with that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
This rate will by the end of the year.
By the end of the
By the end of summer.
probably not the end of the month, probably the start of August.
You're a couple sessions away, but you're getting there.
We're
Yeah.
good.
At
all
this
good.
rate, which may speed up, likely slow down around 3 sessions.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, my other game where we're 13, Mythic, Gestalt, it's too much math. We're good.
Mythic,
Yeah.
Mythic and Gestalt.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's
You're
just,
double dipping.
Yep.
just ridiculous.
A lot to keep track of. Keep
The
your
combats are just off the charts.
what system are you playing on?
Pathfinder 1, it's the same type of thing.
Okay, is the DM good with effects?
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's-
That's helpful.
Are you winning the rocket tag?
I don't know what that means.
Really?
I don't either.
Rocket tag refers to really high level Pathfinder and 3.5 play where a single spell effect or like ability can just completely nullify a creature.
Yeah.
Oh,
So it's basically a game. It's basically a game of tag, trying to be the first one to get each other with their immense hits,
Okay. Yeah. So we had the first instance of that.
often called a rocket tag.
We had the first instance of that with the stinking cloud. Nullified the whole second floor of the, or the whole third floor of the Reality Wrinkle, basically.
It was useful,
Yeah, definitely.
certainly.
Good job, guys.
yep.
Awesome.
See you in 2 weeks.
Yes. See you in 2 weeks.
Definitely.
Night.
Night, everybody.
Have a good one.
Will do. You too.